You replay the conversation the moment it ends. Not because something went wrong, but because your mind refuses to let it rest. You analyze your tone, your wording, that one pause that felt slightly off. And even when everything seemed fine, you still feel uneasy. Why does your brain do this after the moment has passed? It usually happens in quiet moments, on the walk home, in bed, in the shower. Your mind reopens the interaction like a case file. You imagine what they might have thought. You search for mistakes you didn't notice in real time. Over time, this shapes how you see yourself. You start editing your personality before you speak, holding back opinions, choosing safer versions of your words. Relationships feel tiring, not because you dislike people, but because every interaction comes with a mental review process. This isn't social anxiety in the obvious sense. It's something subtler, a learned pattern of post-event monitoring. Here's the important part. You're not insecure, you're not broken, and you're not too sensitive. This habit formed because at some point, your brain learned that social accuracy mattered. Maybe misunderstandings had consequences. Maybe being misread felt unsafe. Maybe approval was unpredictable. So your mind adapted. It learned to review interactions the way a security system rechecks footage after an alarm. Not because danger is present, but because it might have been. The brain is predictive by nature. It constantly asks, did that go the way I expected? After conversations, your default mode network turns on. This is the system responsible for self-reflection and mental replay. If your brain is trained to associate social moments with risk, this network stays active longer than necessary. Think of it like this. Your mind is a smoke detector. In some homes, it only reacts to real smoke. In others, it goes off when you make toast. Overthinking isn't the fire, it's the alarm sensitivity. Step 1. Name the review loop. What to do? When replaying starts, silently label it post-conversation scan. Why it works? Naming activates the prefrontal cortex, reducing emotional takeover. Real-life example. You catch yourself rethinking a joke you made and simply note the pattern instead of following it. Step 2. Separate memory from prediction. What to do? Ask, what actually happened versus what I'm imagining? Why it works? The brain blends memory with threat prediction unless interrupted. Real-life example. They nodded and replied normally. The rest is mental projection. Step 3. Delay analysis on purpose. What to do? Tell yourself you'll think about it tomorrow. Why it works? This signals safety to the nervous system, lowering urgency. Real-life example. Instead of replaying at night, you postpone reflection and fall asleep easier. Step 4. Anchor in bodily feedback. What to do? Notice physical sensations instead of thoughts. Why it works? Attention shifts from narrative brain to sensory regulation. Real-life example. You focus on your breath or feet on the ground when rumination begins. Think of overthinking as a social echo, a sound that lingers longer than necessary. The goal isn't silence, it's shortening the echo. You don't eliminate reflection, you teach your brain when it's no longer useful. And over time, the mind learns that the moment has passed. There may come a day when a conversation ends and your mind doesn't follow it home. Not because you stopped caring, but because your nervous system learned it's allowed to rest. And when that happens, you'll realize something subtle. You were never overthinking the conversation. You were protecting yourself long after you no longer had to.